Morning everybody. I just wanted to do a quick video because we've had a lot of people ask about how to program or how to diagnose these Towmate modules that are on your trucks. So there's two modules. There's a transmitter that's got a bunch of different colored wires, and then a receiver which only has a brown, a purple, two whites on this side, a white and a red. So that's your receiver, this is your transmitter. So what you have to do is, these sides are hooked to, we do them two different ways. One's going to be hooked to your markers or your clearance lighting. The other way is hooked to a keyed power. So when you turn your key on, they turn on, as opposed to when you turn on your marker switch. So what I've done here is, since I'm not hooked into a truck, I just hooked them to my battery post so that it comes on with my battery hooked up through my positive post there. So, and then what I've done on this side is I have a light hooked on one channel, because there's two channels on this module. There's this brown side and the purple side. The two diodes tell you whether that's on. The little flasher here in the center tells you whether the board is receiving power. So with that being said, now what I've done here is, if there's two ways that this gets wired into a truck. The first is that if you have a Towmate light bar on your truck, you do not need this one, because your switch panel inside of your cab acts as this guy here. If you do not have a Towmate light bar, if you have a Phoenix or Wayland or Echo or anything else, then you need this. This tells this guy to flash. So when we take this blue wire off of here and we touch it to power or turn on the switch, it tells that guy to flash. When we remove this blue wire, it goes back to just being a marker circuit. So, and the way that's all done is programming it through a magnet. So you just take a magnet. This is the one they send with it. You can use any house magnet. It doesn't have to be any special magnet. But what you do is you take your magnet and you just take and turn it. You can turn the module off. You can turn one side of it off or both sides of it. Just depends. You're telling the module what do you want it to do and how you want it to work based off of what's connected where. So we just keep going through this. So now we've got it turned back on, and we want that, basically what that's saying to that module is, with this red wire hooked up, what do I want that to do? So with your markers on or your keyed power, it says, okay, I want you to turn on, but you're telling it from the magnet. So once that's done, then it's done. You don't have to keep screwing with it. It should stay on. So then, same thing with this blue wire here. When you want to take and make it flash, you hook up this strobe wire on this transmitter. Then you have to program it again, because I've already programmed mine, so it already knows to flash, but yours won't. So when you hook up the blue wire here, you're going to have to tell it to flash. So you do the same thing. You take your magnet, and what you do is you just come over and get close to it again, and you can change the pattern of it. You can change it to where they flash opposite of each other. You can change it to where they flash exactly the same or different, or however you want. But all you have to do is take that magnet. See, now I've turned the one side of it off to where now just my other side's flashing. But all it is taking that magnet and just going over it. So now I only have one side that's flashing, or both of them. And to do the other side, you just come at this angle of it, and you can change that side. So there's on that circuit board, you either are doing this side or this side of that module, and that controls the two LEDs. So that's all you have to do to program this or run it. Now if you don't have this, you're not turning on that blue wire because you have a Towmate switch panel. So on your switch panel, what you do is you push on your switch panel, it says strobe right there in the center of it. You push that button, and then you come and program this. Just like I hooked up this blue wire, that's the same thing, except for I'm not hooking the blue wire and not dealing with this module. I'm just pushing strobe on my switch panel, then I'd come over and program this with my magnet. Same exact thing like I just barely did. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it.